they used.
Okay. Okay, so we're, Vice President Walden, we are live.
Okay. It is Tuesday, April 16th, 2024, and it's 6 o'clock, so I'm calling the meeting over. Let's do the flag salute, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I agree.
Okay. Any changes to the agenda?
We have none, sir.
Well,
Do we need to change any of the Sentinel designs? Does there need to be any elections or anything like that?
No.
No.
So, and so once you guys select the new appointment for the vacant position, at that point, it'd be no different if we just had an election in July. So, President, Vice President Welby, that it'd be no different in July. There's, two new people came on the board, you guys would have the same thing. So this would be, as soon as you select, you guys can, the very same night, you guys can do the elections and pick who's gonna do what.
okay, public comment.
None.
Okay, local 3215 report.
Good evening, everybody. Dustin King, President, Local 3215. Your union and the administration are working really, really hard on an MOU that you're gonna see tonight. This MOU is gonna address our staffing issues and a way to help move the district forward. I'm sure Chief Smythe can speak for that later. We've spent about 70 hours on this. Negotiating, working on it together. We had a recent union meeting where this MOU passed by a majority. So really looking forward to your support in this MOU. If you have any questions about it, feel free to reach out to me. It's no secret that staffing is a problem for us and everyone else in the world right now. I want to let the board know that our firefighters are stepping up to the plate to work overtime to make sure our community is served and our calls are answered. We recently lost some folks, great folks to bigger agencies. And our firefighters who are here are really taking time away from their families, volunteering, and putting a lot of hours in to make sure that our calls get answered. Do you guys have any questions for me at all? Anything I can answer for you?
How's the day-to-day stuff going down there?
Good. We're just trucking along every day.
Morale's good?
Morale's improving. Yeah.
What is our staffing numbers now?
Chief, you help me with that?
So, we are down 2 from 27. We have, and we were gonna talk about civil service and that we're actually recruiting, and we actually have some interviews coming. We lost a couple to neighboring agencies over the last month, so, currently with the MOU that you guys are looking at right now, the firefighter staff can be 27 plus single roles to bring us up to be able to handle our EMS calls. So with the 2 that we just lost, it brings us down to 25.
Yeah, our firefighters they're working diligently to fill in to make sure that that stuff's covered.
We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, thanks, folks.
Thank you, Dustin.
Okay, volunteer report.
So we have a live fire event on Saturday. They're going to do the county volunteer association meeting, which all the volunteer association from all the five fire districts will, hopefully they're going to attend. Hopefully Class 9 missed, Vernonia and Scappoose will show up. One of the things that we're going to talk about is with our volunteers on Saturdays, we're cooking at the end of this live fire event, talking to them about that maybe they can have some representation come talk. So it's not just us talking. We want you guys to hear from them directly. And so we're going to try to encourage them to at least have somebody that pick one person a month to come to the meeting and give you guys an update on what the volunteers are up to and, their hopes and wishes and stuff. So I'll be talking to them about that on Saturday.
And this is the first I heard about the county firefighters meeting. So that's Saturday.
Saturday,
At what time?
after live fire. So probably 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. Since I'm treasurer for that, I should be there.
You probably should, right? But Chief Sheriff was also told to tell you. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to
I
tell you.
didn't know nothing about it till this now, so. I've been wanting to see it come back.
Well, we're trying, that's the whole goal was if we can get them to show up here and then talk about, do we do it quarterly again? Do we just get back to where, it rotated through the whole county.
Yeah.
All 5 fire districts want to see it come back. But ever since COVID, it's just fallen off and no one's done it. So
Yeah,
we
exactly.
could get back to it again. We just want, that's why we want to get them all together so we can talk about
We
it.
gotta build a schedule and
Yes.
all that stuff, cause that's all expired. Okay,
Anything else?
well, I'll give Sherrick a bad time tomorrow about that.
Please give them bad times. We discussed it at Fire Defense Board this month, literally last Monday. I had no idea. Rick Rowder called and told you because he's like, every chief is told to contact their association, which
Yeah.
we've done. And so, yep, I blame Steve
I
entirely
will.
for you not
I'll
knowing.
give him a bad time.
Okay, correspondence. Okay, consent agenda.
I would make a motion that we approve the consent agenda.
I'll second that.
Okay. You want to look it over and any discussions?
Comment. Yeah.
Did the list of vendors assist you guys that help out immensely? So as we add vendors, we'll probably update it quarterly. And Kate put that together because we figured that would actually cut down on some of the questions. You guys know who we're using, we see it, so.
My only question was the Wolf Consulting. I thought we weren't using them anymore.
So, Krista is actually, and Chief Sanchez here, if you want to speak to it, but, Krista is still going to be working with us. She completed her other job and has stated she would stay on and assist us with, as the external budget, individual.
What was Landmark Ford for? $4,000.
All I have is maintenance. If you want more specific
Oh, I was
breakdown on that, I can.
I was
get
curious
that
what it
for
was
you.
for, what we had done there.
Trying to think off the top of my head what it was for. Rick, I'll send a board an email tomorrow morning to
Okay.
confirm what it is.
What about the last check, Walter E. Nelson?
That's the cleaning supply.
Please, I recognize that.
Mhm. It did help a lot. I went through and when I went through the board packet earlier.
You'll look it up. Might have an answer for you in a second, Rick.
Oh,
Jerry's gonna look it up and see what we purchased from Landmark for.
Are you getting it off by Q?
Yeah.
I'm getting it too.
Was, do we just spend less? It looks like March to April wasn't too severe of a month, according to like the flow chart, cash analysis, or do we get more income than normal?
No, we've actually spent less. I mean, the whole, the drive, working with 3215 to find resolution with our staffing. Also, unless we absolutely need it for operations, we're not buying it right now. So hopefully you'll see that continue, the trend continue because we're trying to get money to carry over up from July to November.
Yeah.
Good? You good? Okay, let's call for a vote. All in favor?
aye.
Aye. All opposed? All right, it passes. Okay. It's the chief officer report.
So, couple things we want to talk to you guys about. The new board member ad has been placed in paper, social media. Closing date is May 9th. That was 30 days. Roughly 30 days from the time that, Director Niles' resignation. So his was dated April 15th. And so we figured before the next board meeting would give us time for anybody in the public that might want to place an application in. I believe we have one right now that I'm aware of. I don't know if we've received any others lately, but, it gives us 30 days. I'll notify you guys on the 9th and we can decide if you want to start maybe potentially have like a pre-meeting meeting where you can have, open it up and interview those candidates and then make a decision before we start the meeting on 12th, whatever that next Tuesday is. So, but it has been flown, it's in the paper and it's also on our social media sites. With that, you want to speak to civil service?
So civil service has been meeting. to talk about the bones of what we have going on with civil service is we are moving forward with firefighter paramedic interviews May 1st. We had 5 candidates. I think one of them dropped out. And a lot of it just has to do with everybody's hiring right now, you know? And then it's not a civil service position, but I've also been working on the EMS single role positions, EMT basics. And we're having interviews for those May 2nd. We have 10 candidates as of right now. Again, as you know, with any candidates, you know, we might have a last minute dropout, you know, so, but right now, as it stands, we have 10 EMT basic candidates.
Just basic.
For the EMS singles, yeah. Mhm. If we do need to move forward with some paramedic single roles, I've probably got 3 on deck right now. So, and then we'll create a list on the 2nd, and then it goes to basically the chief has the final say on who gets hired. So it's just rough out there right now with competition with other agencies.
The firefighter paramedic is open and continuous. So what Chief Cole is going to do is every month, you know, change something or add something, move us back to the top of the list, because clearly with the big 4 that are hiring, once they're done, there's gonna be a vacuum. There's gonna be people that didn't get picked up by them. And so we'll probably see hopefully a surge later this summer, early fall. So it's gonna be open and continuous, but we want to make sure we're always at the top and it's something new, and we're gonna work with 3215 on whatever vacancies we have, letting people know like, hey, we're hiring right now, or we're hiring in a month, you know, so people see that, they tend to apply. And so right now, Chief Cole got civil service to approve the list, which had 6 on it, right? 6?
Yeah.
6, but 2 of them are still in paramedic school, so they're not done. So once they complete, they turn in their paramedic stuff to us, then we can actually interview them as well. But right now, they're not available because they're not paramedics.
And originally, for not the last civil service meeting, but the one before that, the timeline was a little later. One of the requests that I made was to move that timeline up, and they said, okay, because we need to kind of onboard these guys a little quicker with everybody, with a handful of people leaving. And they're like, yeah, no problem.
A couple other things. So this weekend is live fire. If you are out and about and want to stop by and see, there's going to be, I believe, 24 volunteers from throughout the county. Probably some of our volunteers, some of our career staff will be out there. We'll be starting the burn probably about 6 a.m., but that's just to warm up the box. And then once we're done, which we anticipate being done around noon or 1, that's when we'll have food going. And then we'll conduct, hopefully, if enough of them show up, a county volunteer association meeting, which hopefully one of the topics will be is getting it back on and getting it to where we were doing it. So if you guys are out and about, you want to come by for a burger or a hot dog, we're going to provide that. The other departments are bringing condiments and drinks and stuff like that. So it's going to be a good day. The county operations meeting with all the districts is continuing. Chief Gorch just leads that from our organization. President King and I are working on Lexipol policies. And so from the union standpoint, they gave them full authority to review policies, and then we discussed if they have all the changes. We believe we have the bulk of them done that would have any issues for local 3215, and we hopefully will start launching those out here in the next several weeks. So again, it's been a positive thing. We want to get it's new and modern policies. And so then the fun begins, then we get to start adding policies that we currently have that are old, and we'll have to put them in Lexipol. So then we get to actually make those. And this will be an ongoing project between us and 3215, probably for the foreseeable future. Chief Gorsuch also has Blue Card, which the county is looking at potentially going with it, which is a company officer based level, entry level class that you do about 50 hours. Actually, you do 50 hours of training, and then there's a simulator that takes several days to become certified. We're trying to standardize across the entire county. We do have SOPs between all 5 districts, and now we're just trying to get our radio traffic and our on-scene command and control to be on the same page, so that we're not doing anything different if we go to another agency or they come help us out. So last thing I wanted to talk about was what Dustin brought up was about the MOA that you guys are looking at tonight. The MOA is a collaborative effort, and 70 hours would probably be light. We probably were more than that, discussing, going back and forth. We burned up a lot of dry erase and markers writing on walls and windows, trying to come up with a solution that will change the direction of the organization. This change in direction of organization is going to allow us to continue to meet our calls, which we are currently meeting. All of our folks we're still responding to calls and we're not missing them or delaying them. But this is going to give us a new avenue to allow us to ensure from now and for the foreseeable future that we can meet the needs of the District of Columbia River Fire and Rescue. So it has been a lot of work. It's also been a lot of collaboration and and in my mind, a lot of fun because this was us working together. There was no animosity. There was no finger pointing. It was like, how do we serve our community the best? And I really do appreciate Dustin, E-Board, and the members of the union that came up and gave us a hand to figure out how do we deliver service to our folks effectively now and into the future. So I thank you guys for coming and helping us with that. Other than that, if you guys have any questions for us or anything you'd like else to ask, we can probably take care of that for you.
I'm good. I think most of our questions will get answered when we go through the memorandums.
Thank you though for the working together and the cooperation, both of you. Thank you.
Did you have a date on when you were gonna start the interviews for the firefighter paramedic? Do we have them? Or did,
Like a start date.
or no, when did you already interview with them?
The interviews are Wednesday, May 1st.
Sorry.
I actually tried to do the week before the 24th. But none of them can make it.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, let's move it up a week, because we won't work with you. And surprisingly, all of them were like, oh yeah, that thing, great. So we had to move it for the candidates.
The interview panel consists of members of the union, at least one chief officer. Myself and President King will probably sit in the room and just observe because I just like listening to them. I like to get a feel for them as well, but we're not that level of decision making. It's for that group. Lieutenant Melton will be leading that particular group for the firefighter paramedics, and then our single roles will be conducting the interviews for the EMTs because basically they're going to be picking their partners. So they came up with the questions, they get to interview them. We're going to observe and just watch and give them a hand to someone. Maybe this might be the first time they get to do an interview. So it's interesting. It's a great experience for them as well.
Okay. Any other? Yeah. New business. Resolution. Yeah. Resolution FY-23-24-12, authorizing BMO check signers.
So if I can make a suggestion to the board, I would, if at all possible, we would prefer that two of you that are available on a regular basis. Obviously, Rick works in class and Austin's on shift, but if two of you can be available, because one of you may not be able to available. So if we double it up and have two of you doing it, it would be beneficial for us to be able to come down, and then we will just set up dates and times for you guys to come sign checks. That'd be my only recommendation to the board.
Okay, do I need to read the whole thing?
Yes, but
Okay. Whereas the following is presented for authorization to the Fire Board of Directors of the Columbia Fire and Rescue Department, herein referred to as CRFR, in a meeting held at 106 West B Street, Rainier, Oregon 97048, on this 16th day of April 2024. At least 3 of the directors were present, constituting a quorum. There's all 4 of us. The Fire Board of Directors being present formally called the meeting to order and declared the meeting to be regularly called. Be it resolved upon a motion duly made, seconded, and carried, denied by a vote of 4 against, shall be the will of the Fire Board of CRFR. Be it ordained, the following memorandum has been read and ordered to be inserted in these minutes. I'm going to just read basically what we.
okay, skip the back. Yeah.
Okay. So we basically need to pick 2 check signers.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution FY-23-24-12, authorized to be able to check signers.
Okay. Can I get a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, comments, discussion?
You might have to amend your motion. You guys have to pick the
Pick
two,
with that,
and then all you do is amend it. So you already have it, Austin. So or Ryan, all you gotta do is once you guys pick the 2, then
Discussion.
yeah, under discussion.
Okay,
I'll just throw it out there. I'm in St. Helens. I'm assuming that's where most of the checks get signed,
They all get signed at St. Helens.
and I am pretty available. There's, so
Yeah, I'm pretty available as well.
Are you guys okay doing it then?
I'm fine with
You
it.
and Ryan?
Okay.
So I'll make it, do I
Amend your motion.
I'll make a motion to include Ryan Mulvey and, Mark Emerson as the two checks.
Okay. Call for a vote. All in favor?
Alright,
All opposed?
Okay, do you have the original, which one do you want them to sign? This is the one Ryan's got, will be fun.
No,
Okay,
so.
Okay. It carries.
okay, thank you.
There's tons of them.
Any opinion?
Ryan, if you want to write, just write in your name and Mark's name and one and two, and then you guys can sign that,
You guys, but maybe.
and you'll sign it on the back as well, print it off.
Okay.
Probably fill this out at the end. We're gonna need to put ID, number, and a bunch of stuff.
Anderson, GUND or selling, right?
Ian.
Hmm?
Ian.
I'm just telling you. You can have.
It's fine. Okay, all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
No.
Okay, can we fill these out after?
They are,
There's just the authorization.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we fill these out later so we can keep moving?
Yeah, at the end of the meeting, if you guys can fill this out.
Okay. Okay. On to the next order of business, which is the memorandum of agreement for back pay and staffing.
so before you is the, 3-page document that local 3215 and the administration worked on. We did send it to Adam. Adam vetted it, went through, there was more grammatical errors and just basically kind of, cleaning it up to make it look more presentable. Other than that, he didn't have anything to add. He thought it was, acceptable, and they didn't have any reservations about it. Clearly, this discusses how not only are we going to staff, how local 3215 will receive their back pay, and also how we're going to fill overtime if necessary to ensure that we have enough personnel to respond to the calls we have. So if you guys want to take a minute to read through it, you guys can, or we can read through it together. How would you guys would like to do it, Mr. Rigby?
Well, I've already read through it, but do you guys wanna?
I'm just double checking.
Okay.
I'd say one concern I have is still the two staffing in Rainier. It's just, not very many people for,
And we recognize that and we discussed it at length on how best to do it. And once we get back up to 27, we're actually we were hoping to have more individuals to hire. We're gonna go one heavy and go to 28 because we're anticipating a retirement this coming fiscal year. And so by giving us 28, and we don't have an individual on to take that slot. But with 28, the goal, again, this is something we're working 32-15, it might be 3, 3, and 2. We might be moving folks around. It is not lost on us that having 2 people up here is an issue for us, but not just for us, for 32-15 too. We don't enjoy it.
yeah.
We're just trying to limp this along until we can get to where we have folks online ready to go.
Do appreciate you guys. I know you guys spent a ton of time on this, so.
And I mean, at the end of the day, sounds like this is what's best for the taxpayers and what's gonna get us, especially not only short term, but long term to that model that we need, right? I would like to see a third person up right here, so. But hopefully
Well,
that
and
feels-
Dustin
yeah.
can speak to this as well. So this is a plan, but also we may have to come back and meet. If we can't, let's say we can't get enough firefighter permits, we might have to alter a little bit. And this document does allow us to have a little bit with 32-15 working with us, an agreement on how do we ensure that we have enough personnel going to the calls.
Mhm.
Obviously, we want our firefighters to be able to respond. This model allows them to be at the station training and available, and they're not tied to that ambulance
Right.
necessarily. So again, we have 3. I'd love to have 15 to interview, but right now we have 3. So we're gonna go with those 3 and hopefully we can start replenishing our ranks.
Makes sense.
Yeah, we are prepared to completely change course in a month if something changes, or the month after that, or the month after that, to be revisiting this constantly. Because we just don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know if those 3 candidates will be viable or not. So we're kind of preparing for what if they're not. So it's kind of it is the best we found to make of a not so great situation.
And stay within our budget.
And stay within the budget is figured.
Okay. And I'd like to, make a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the MOU for or MOA with the union on the back pay and staffing.
Any second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion? Comments?
I would just say, we can just have numbers on how it's going next month. We'll month to month, let's keep an eye on it.
Absolutely.
We do.
This is a daily occurrence of where we're at. So, and again, I encourage your board members, individually or, in more pairs, but stopping by. Right now, President King is still on light duty. And so having that opportunity to stop by on a Wednesday to sit down and have a cup of coffee with us, more than happy to explain. You guys can call us anytime you want. Yes, we will have numbers and we are watching it daily. Any more of the personnel, because the big 4 are still hiring at various levels. And so we don't know. And so we're actively pursuing together, trying to find folks to bring them into this organization.
I think you guys are working as a team and that's very positive and I'm thankful that it's going this good, so. Okay, call for vote?
All in favor?
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? None. Okay,
Thank you, John.
okay, next is the memorandum agreement for the single role EMT pay scales.
So this was a oversight on both our parts because we didn't have any more EMT single roles. And so because we like to hire some EMT single roles, we need to put that. So this was not in the CBA 22 to 25. And so this was something that we put together. Basically, it's basically the document from previous. It's called Appendix B and it covers their pay. And so this was agreed upon again with 3215. Mr. Collier looked at it. We agree with it. They agree with it. And we just want to have it so we have something to show these folks when they come here to test what their pay scale is gonna be. We just didn't have an original document.
Okay, so this has already been discussed, there's no new, nothing is a formality.
This is we didn't transfer it into the last MOU we did, and we transfer it.
It's housekeeping.
It's housekeeping anyway.
I'll make, do we need a motion for this?
Can I get a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Call for a vote, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Yeah, that's the case.
Yeah, once it's signed, yeah, make sure we get it back.
Is there anything else you gotta sign? With
That's
that,
it.
the last one?
I can go over the landmark order we passed.
Okay.
So that encompassed 6 different invoices and over 40 different parts that were purchased.
Oh.
It went through, things like bolts, clamps, fuel injectors,
Okay.
covers, fuel pumps, gaskets.
So the one you had. the
all sorts
fuel
of
thing.
hardware.
Yes. Rick just asked about the fuel. It's the fuel.
It's the major fuel failure one that you had, a high pressure pump blow up.
Correct. It's not cheap.
No,
No,
What is
if it has a diesel pickup, no, it ain't cheap.
no, it's not.
Okay, this time we'll go into closed executive session, to talk about employment of public officers, employees and agents per ORS 192-6602A.
Before we adjourn to executive session, can I make one comment real quick? So, when we did the, resolution for Chief Gorsuch, there was an error made on his vacation. And so next month, you're going to see a resolution comes in, an amendment to that contract, because basically he didn't calculate his accrued days, and so he wasn't paid those. He's not asking for pay, he's asking for them to be just put in a bank that's a one-time use it or lose it. He's not gonna accrue anymore, but it would be those ones that he was shorted. So I just want to make sure you guys are aware that, it was an error on his calculation, an error on my part. I was supposed to have for you this meeting, and with everything we had going on with the MOAs, it fell off my plate, and I apologize to him today. So you guys will see it at your May meeting. So that's all. I just want to make sure I get that on record.
I have one more thing in the new business too. We got, budget stuff coming up.
Yes.
Do we have to make a motion to get a profit versus loss, or budget versus actual for the budget stuff? Do we have to make a motion to get that, or is he gonna get us one?
So he has one built, and again, with I've stated previously, and so is Chief Sanchez, it will not be accurate. The concern is we have it because until the audits are done. One audit, we did receive information that they are finishing up the audit. Hopefully it's going to be done here in the next couple of weeks. They're gonna start on the 22-23, which would be the other one. We have it. It's going to be used because I need it for each division to have along the fleet maintenance. So yes, it has been built. We just want to make sure we have the accurate data. I would not want to promote or give you guys something that's off by even $1, and then next month it's different, and it shows that it's not good business practice. So it is built. You are going to get it. I want it. The chiefs want it, the union wants it. We all want it to know if everybody's in charge of a particular area, how much money they have in their budget, how much they used, and what percentage they have left. So we definitely have that. I just don't want to do it and give you something that the numbers aren't 100% accurate. And because of that, each month it'll change, and I would hate to go, well, last month was this and that. So it is there. We do want it. You guys are going to get it. We are all going to have it. We require it as well. So this is not something we're dragging our feet on. I want to make sure the numbers are accurate. We have to have an audit to give us to ensure that every penny's been accounted for. So that's it. You are going to have it. I promise you, if you're going to have it, I want it as well.
So then once this finally gets uploaded, then we'll get it on every month
Every month,
going forward.
correct.
Okay,
Every month, every division, every firefighter, if they're in charge of a particular if I have a guy that's in charge of hose, he's gonna know how much he spent on hose, and we're gonna know, obviously red flags, right? And somebody's spending, 90% of their budget in August. And, okay, well, that might be that could be, they had a project. The project was to buy this, and the rest of the year is us working with it. So yes, it allows us to monitor where we're at with each division and each, project that somebody has. So yes.
So we'll have it by the next month then, when we start the budget stuff on 5/15.
Well, you have the cash flow analysis, which is the most accurate we have. So yes, I can't guarantee I'm gonna have it for you next month, Rick, until I have the actual audits done. One's going to be done. Hopefully the second one is gonna take about half the time as this first one. And then we'll be moving forward and you'll have accurate data and it will be presented to everyone.
Because I also agree with Dan Garrison's email asking about having the stuff to preview before the
Yes,
meetings.
I did speak to Chief Sanchez. You should have the 24-25 budget at least a week in advance to review before we have the first budget meeting. That's the plan was for him. He's currently having it working and we should have everything ready for that date. And we're following the budget calendar that Chief Sanchez has put out to you guys. And so by that date, you will have it or have it shortly beforehand. So you guys have time to review it.
Okay. That was all I had.
All right, well, let's adjourn to executive session.
Okay.
Right?
I thought it was.
On Wednesdays, your meet and greets for us, what time is that?
From 1 to 2. And I can adjust it, just most of the time in the morning, we do a staff meeting, or we have something in the morning, but you can, if it needs to be another time, Rick, I can make another time. Like Mark came in on Monday one time to talk to me, so.
All right, well,
You guys tell
I
me
just
when-
I have a lawyer meeting on Wednesday.
We gotta come out.
Are we good?
Yeah.
So,
Okay, it is 6:58. We're out of executive session. Anything, board comments?
Didn't really get to hear this, but I would say I know personal thoughts are with our former assistant chief, our division chief.
Oh.
And all of that. I don't know if we've done anything as a district for that, but maybe we can come together and I know the funeral's coming up,
27.
27th, well,
but say thoughts are with all his family, friends, everybody here.
everybody worked with them.
I know I got to work with them and everything. Love to have him as my captain, and it's a good time, so. Just want to say that.
Yeah,
Sad.
it's sad. I'm glad that that you guys, everybody went down and had a chaplain and, you know, kind of talk and have that grieving access point. I know that the job's not easy and, you know, losing a mentor, you know, that's not ever easy, so. You got anything?
No.
Yeah, Mark? Yeah, I thought it was a good meeting. Thank you for all the information. Thank you for the vendor deal. I think that was pretty handy. Kind of sped that part up a little bit. And I think unless anybody has anything else, I'll adjourn. Okay, thank you. Good night.
Yeah.
All right.